Helluva Boss episode 5 was moist. Absolutely, utterly moist. It was one of the best episodes I've ever seen of a web series, and it was fucking epic. There has been nothing more that I've wanted to do other than talking about this episode, but it turns out that my old sprites got fucking deleted, so I had to make a new one just so I can use the one still for this video, but I needed to get this out as soon as I could because, you know, I like this episode and I also really want clicks, so yeah, there goes your explanation. Now, before I get started on sucking this episode's dick, I'm just gonna say this one and only one minor gripe I have with the episode. And this is less about the episode itself and more about the placement of the episode. I feel like it would work better as a season finale rather than just the 5th episode of this series, especially with the twist that was revealed at the end. I mean, I definitely would have liked to have Stryker introduced earlier on, but actually have him introduced as a friend rather than just a twist villain of that episode. Actually have Blitz hire him as a member of IMP, then have this little twist at the end of the season where the rest of this episode happened. Believe me, this is a great episode, but I feel like that would have worked a little better with the kind of episode that this is. Alright, that was my one issue. Now to continue giving this episode some sloppy head. The episode starts off with Blitz and Stolas after their night of passionate fornication. Stolas reveals that in the Ring of Wrath, fucking British people, that he's supposed to showcase this Harvest Moon Festival thing. And by the way, the Wrath Ring is essentially just a redneck breeding town. Then Stolas basically invites them to it and says he can get them in there free, special access and all. Blitz calls Moxie and Millie and is like, hey, wanna come with me? I know you guys are from the Wrath Ring. And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And it turns out that Blitz was invading their privacy once again by being in their roof, but who cares about that? We remember that Millie actually has parents. Now, just to answer this question, yes, all imps are born in hell. A lot of people don't seem to realize that, but there it is. I told you here, folks. Now, Millie's parents are rough and tumble little fucking southern people. They like war and violence, and they hate Moxie.
Copy that.
Jesus Christ, what happened to you?
In-laws.
Then, soon after, we get introduced to the Giga Chad of the episode. Stryker the Rattlesnake Guy, imp, who's... yeah. Anyway, this character is absolutely fucking awesome. Straight up badass in every meaning of the word. This man absolutely commandeered the fucking episode, and he deserves it. Whoever voice acts this man is an absolute god, and he deserves every bit of recognition he can get. Vizarali is a bitch of the past now. Stryker has entered. Stryker pulls up on Millie and low-key starts putting on the moves. Blitz threatens to commit woman beat on her, and then... that was a stupid joke. But yeah, then Stryker basically confirms that it's very hard for imps to own businesses.
Boss, huh? Oh, so you're the bold imp that started his own killing biz.
Yeah, well, when you're good at something, you should probably capitalize.
Not many imps start businesses on their own. That's pretty impressive, sir.
And that it's a very uncommon thing to see. Now, at this point in the episode is where I started to see striking similarities to the trolls on Alternia and Homestuck. The imps are very similar to the Lowbloods in the way that they're on the very low part of the caste system and aren't given many opportunities. Imps may mainly own like small businesses, but not too big ones, that's why they usually don't get that far in life. But Blitz actually made a big business, which was big enough to Stryker that he felt the need to mention it. I feel like Homestuck is the type of webcomic Vizipop would read, so I might assume that she may have gathered some inspiration from it, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Even if that's not the case, I'd still like to think it is. Sue me. Then Millie's dad's like, hey, enter the pain games. Blitz basically confirms that he's gonna enter. And Moxie's like, yeah, hey, I'm gonna enter too. Everyone laughs at him. Moxie's like, I'm a tough boy though. So Stryker asks him to kill a pig with some dummy thick armor. He makes sure to tell him that he cannot use guns, it can only use a knife and a lasso. Now Moxie is pretty skilled, but he does get quickly folded. Then Stryker comes in, stabs that piggy, and saves the day.
Boss man, you want to help the men skin this thing for dinner?
Oh, I am always down to skin the manly meat with the manly man.
That's what she said.
What who said? Wait, what bitch is talking shit about me?
I'm not even gonna lie to you, that joke was fucking hilarious. Okay, there are two gripes I have with this episode, and that's Sally Mae's voice actress, whatever the fuck. Whoever it is does not do that good of a southern accent, and it kind of gets annoying. Thank God character only has like one or two lines throughout this episode. But yeah, that was about it in terms of gripes with this episode. Then we get a little more of Wacky Wally Wackford, who is actually a pretty good side character that I actually don't mind the existence of. He's pretty cool, I like him. My god, the more I look at these trolls, wait, shit, I said trolls, goddamn. The more I look at these imps, the more I see trolls. Like the Bronze Bloods. The games proceed, and Moxie continues to get mauled by the same shark, but also from what it looks like, Blitz and Stryker are actually some of the strongest and most skilled imps in the entirety of Hell. They absolutely ace and body all the other imps in the competition, the two of them seeming to be equal in terms of skill, both ending up winning the competition. Moxie thinks about how he's absolutely no match for Stryker, but thinks, wait a second, I'm better at singing. Then Stryker proceeds to pull out a guitar and flex on Moxie.
Sweet victory. I smell the smell.
Then he kicks a femme simp in the face like the absolute Chad he is. Oh yeah, and Blitz apparently asked him if he wanted to join IMP. Moxie gets hit with some depression and walks away. They're helping out with the farm or packing up or whatever they're doing there, and Moxie goes upstairs, walking into a room and finding a holy weapon. Then Stryker, once again like a Chad, appears. It's implied that holy weapons are the only things that are capable of killing demon royalty and demon overlords. And honestly, this is why I love this episode so much, because it introduces a heck of a lot of lore, which I can of course capitalize on. In a future video, I'm going to do explaining the cast system of Hell and how it works in the Helluva Boss and Has-Been Hotel universe, as well as comparative power scaling and such. And yes, I know Moxie doesn't specifically call it a holy weapon. I'm calling it a holy weapon for two reasons. One, I'm not going to repeat everything Moxie just fucking said.
Genuine Carmine crafted blessing tipped rifle.
And two, at the beginning of the episode, Moxie was talking about advances in warfare where he mentions holy weapons, and I assume that was some kind of foreshadowing.
Firing how, for example, the progression of guns utilizing angelic technology has changed the landscape of Hell's combative...
That or I'm giving Vizzy too much credit. Then we get our first action fight scene of this episode, which there are, I think, two. Stryker proceeds to choke the shit out of Moxie, nearly rendering him unconscious before right behind him, Millie appears and stabs the figgity fuck out of him. Like a lot. Like a lot. Stryker then proceeds to break her damn arm and yeet them in a basement where Millie gets her leg caught in a bear trap. We get another absolutely hilarious joke.
Not with your hands, baby. Use what you're good at.
I'm not good with my hands? Oh, right.
And then Moxie develops a brain using the gun to get themselves out of the basement. This gun he apparently had the whole time and decided he wouldn't use while fighting Stryker. Stolas comes up on stage and uses his Grimoire to summon an epic Fortnite Rift Bro. Then we cut to Stryker about to pull a 200 damage headshot on Stola with his legendary bolt-action sniper rifle. You know, I wasn't even planning on making one Fortnite joke while recording this. And then a wild Blitz appears. There's a very cool reflection effect on the gun in this one shot, in this next shot, which actually makes it look super cool. Honestly, I like that effect.
Blitz, come on. You know the two of us are superior than most of our kind. And you were so above sucking on a disgusting, rich, pompous Goetia, only to sneak topside for scraps and work for bitter sinners who could care less who you are, when you could be slaying overlords.
So Stryker implies that these two, being the strongest imps of their kind, are capable of killing overlords if they try hard enough, with the right equipment and skill set. So this leads me to assume that not only are Blitz and Stryker some of the strongest for imps, they're one of the strongest in terms of demons generally. I feel like they're able to beat most demons in terms of skill and physical capability, so that makes Stryker a real danger in terms of a villain for the series.
Ooh, that's kinda hot.
What did he say?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm in.
Is this nigga serious?
And Moxie interrupts this highly uncomfortable scene. And then possibly one of the best fight scenes I've seen come out of a web series ensues. This gives us a very cool glimpse into combat between demons. They utilize every single part of their body for combat, whether that be their tail, their hands, or even their horns. We see them bite, butt, kick, throw, slap, punch, and everything in between. This fight is very high quality, not only in terms of animation, but in terms of choreography. Whoever planned this out really knew what they were doing, and they made an awesome fight scene with it that I absolutely praise Vizzy Pop for. It's the small, noticeable details that make this fight scene so incredible, which is why I personally think it would have been better at the end of the season. Then Luna fucking bursts in and knocks Moxie out so they can't get the kill, which I honestly commend her for. That means you get more of Stryker. I like Luna now. Stryker takes the opportunity and fucking dips, leaving the two to recover. And just so we know, Stryker fought both Blitz and Moxie after getting stabbed 5 times by Millie in the previous scene. So not only did he survive that, but he was in perfect fighting condition after it. Stryker is badass. I'll repeat it as much as I need to. Millie recovers from her wounds and such, and then Moxie actually stands up for her, stands his ground, defends himself, makes him look like less of a pussy.
Billy has the strength enough for both of us.
Kinda makes himself look like less of a pussy, but he makes progress with his in-laws, so that's good, I guess. Then we get to Stryker in a motel. He's having a call with somebody. Apparently he was hired to try and kill Stolas by none other than Stella, Stolas' wife, who is doing it at the dinner table because why not? Also, fucking Octavia vibing. I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy that for a quick second. Then we get the final scene, and God, is this well animated. Just look at the smoothness. Look at how cool that looks. I'm telling you, that would have been an awesome final scene for the season. My lord. Anyway, Helluva Boss episode 5 was by far the best in the season so far. I may review some more episodes in the future, but then again, those are pretty old in terms of, in terms of TV time, so I'm not sure. I guess if you want to get another few reviews out of this, then you can like and sub. And hopefully, my birthday's coming soon, so maybe you could get me to 200 subs. It's coming in 20 days, so please, let's try to hit that milestone before then. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Adios, mi amigos. No, I'm not Mexican, I'm black.